Fear is ego ensued. It is the quickest form of failure in all aspects. I just wanted to share 11 things that I got as takeaways from sitting in a room with some very successful business owners and multimillionaires. And I hope that some of these can help you if you're a business owner. And if you're not a business owner and aspiring to be, they should help you too. And you may have already heard some of these things, but it's always nice to reiterate, especially when they are valuable, like I believe them to be. I'm not a crazy successful person. I'm honestly just a girl, like several other girls out there, trying to make it in life and do the damn thing. So very quickly, before we jump in, my name is B. I am your imperfect, very imperfect girl next door. And I'm still trying to figure out what the heck this channel is about, but I do know that I've lived a very fulfilling life and I believe I have a lot to share. And I'm always rooting for other people's success in life and have major goals for this year. So let's dive into the 11 things. Number 1, and you probably heard this one before, but it rings so very true. Your network is your net worth. We've heard the saying in business, but really, what does that truly mean? Establishing and building a list of people that you know, trust, and actually enjoy being around are essentials to being successful in business. And creating a list of pros that you can go to when you are struggling or even succeeding in business is just going to help you get out of those ruts and truly make you more successful. So for example, ask yourself, who's the marketing professional that you know? Who is the sales king or queen that you can go to? Who is the tax guru that you need to speak with? Especially if you believe that you are overpaying on your taxes, because we know they all drive us bananas. And a little bonus with this one, because I think it truly correlates, is you are the product of the 5 people that you spend the most time around. And whether you want to hear that or not, I really believe it's true. And there's a lot of other people out there that do too. I am finding out. So think about it this way. What is being constantly repeated to you will start to stick in your head. And if you aren't surrounding yourself with people who believe in you, people who root for you, and people who just have your back, then why the heck are you hanging around them? You know, family, friends, or not. But that's a video for another day. So I ask you this, who are the 5 people that you spend the most time around? And how are they helping you reach your goals? That brings us to number 2. So number 2 is customer satisfaction is more important than you could even imagine. The best customers are really those who refer other customers. When a customer is so extremely satisfied with your product or your experience or your service that they tell their entire world, that right there is a great customer. So have you asked yourself lately the question of how you can improve your customer referrals? Better yet, ask your team. Ask people that are in the same line of work as you are, or ask your friends. Maybe they have some great insight for you as well. Number 3, great systems, tracking, and processes are required. I can't tell you how many businesses set up their employees for failure because they do not have good systems, good processes, good tracking in place. And if you don't track the areas that you want to improve, where do you start? How are you going to improve them? And how do you know that you're giving your best foot forward? Let's just say, for instance, I wanted to close 25 transactions this month. As of today, right at this moment, where am I at? As far as percentage-wise, am I 15% there? Am I 30%? Am I 84%? If you're not tracking that, how do you know if you're actually succeeding every day or if you're behind? How many calls do you need to make to convert that sale? What do you need to change now in order to hit that goal? These are all essential questions that you need to be repetitively asking yourself and asking your team. It's probably obvious, but how can you leverage if you don't have adequate tracking and systems and processes in place? How can you? If things are chaotic when they're small, just imagine how chaotic they are going to be when they're big. And not for nothing, but your new employees will be the most successful for you if you set them up for success. If you give them direction to start, I'm not saying hold their hand the entire time. I'm just saying give them direction, set them up for success, make sure that you have your company's foundations aligned. And that brings us to number 4. Success has no place for fear. None. And you probably heard the term be delusional, be crazy, think big, go hard. Fear is ego ensued. It is the quickest form of failure in all aspects. The second that we tell ourselves that we cannot do something is the second that we actually start believing that. We start believing that we can't do something. Something isn't happening fast enough. We're not growing as quickly as I wanted to. All of these things, if you build and build and build on those thoughts, they will start to form truth in your mind. And that is the quickest way to failure. You are only a true failure if you cease and desist all effort in trying. I have no idea what I'm doing on YouTube right now, but I feel like there's something bigger for me. So I'm here to share little bits of what I know and hope and pray that something will come out of it, because I'm going to put the time, effort, and energy. And I'm not afraid of what people think of me. Like I said, I'm just the imperfect girl next door. So take that as you will. So eliminate fear and self-doubt. Remove if from your vocabulary and replace it with as. As I start this next project, as I take on this new business adventure, as I learn X, Y, and Z. Replace if with as and see how that works out for you. In essence, create the idea as a reality in your mind and work through it. Again, I cannot stress number 4 enough. Success truly has no place for fear. That brings us to number 5. Problems are opportunities, not problems. And you might be thinking, okay, she's a little cuckoo. I'm serious though. We have been conditioned to think that problems are negative. They're awful, they're terrible, they're annoying, all of those things. Why can't we train our brains to think about them as an opportunity to overcome something? I have been gifted with this, and it's not ideal. This problem is not ideal. But you know what? I'm going to attack it as a way for me to learn, a way for me to get better, a way for me to overcome this challenge. The second that we start changing our view of problems as opportunities is the second that big things start to happen. Our attitudes change, our outlooks improve. Problems are opportunities to overcome, not things to disregard or discredit. That brings us to number 6. Smart goals are successful goals. And you probably know what SMART goals are, but I think they deserve a place to be recognized and reiterated. SMART goals are goals that are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. SMART goals provide clarity to you and your team. So for example, instead of saying, I want to improve our customer satisfaction scores, try saying, I want to improve our customer satisfaction from 73% to 89% by the end of the year, December 31st. This is a true SMART goal. And honestly, you could probably dive even deeper to make it even more intricate as a SMART goal. That brings us to number 7. Great people are essential. You cannot do it all alone forever, especially if you want to scale and grow an empire. And if you're just starting out and it's just you, that's okay. Thinking big is the start of a great leader. And great leaders are leaders who have the awareness to know what they are good at, how to use it to their best ability, and how to leverage those that are better at things than them. Learn your employees' strengths, learn their weaknesses, learn their why, and get their feedback. How can you utilize your team to the full advantage if you don't understand them, if you don't know what their absolute best qualities are, and the key areas that they need to improve and that they want to improve? That brings us to number 8. Culture is everything. Celebrate your wins, your learning moments with your team or your family or your friends. Embrace your company's purpose and why. And if you don't know your company's purpose or why, really dive deep into it and keep it at the forefront of all that you do. Thoroughly understand why you are here and why you are doing what it is that you're doing every single day. And if you're a business owner, understand what gets your employees up every day. Understand what their specific why is. Why do they come to work every day besides obviously a paycheck? What motivates them? And where they want to go as far as their goals and how that could benefit you and your company and them as well. You know, science shows us that now more than ever, empathy is needed in the workplace. And whether you want to use the word empathy or anything else, that's your prerogative. That brings us to number 9. Mindset always wins. The single most important asset of achieving anything in life is this right here. You could be a quadriplegic. You could be somebody with a learning disorder. It doesn't matter. As long as you believe in yourself and that you can attain your goals, that's all that matters. Your mindset. Mindset is the one thing that will make or break your reality. You have to believe in yourself. You have to believe in your abilities and believe in your team to get better every single day. Then take action. Number 10. Failures are necessary and they are inevitably going to happen. Without failure, how can we learn? How can we improve? How can we truly understand how to get better? And I want to clarify the difference between failing and being a failure. You are only a true failure if you cease and desist all action you take towards achieving your goals. Failing create bigger wins. They create opportunities for us to learn. They teach us the do's and don'ts of everything that makes us better. And number 11, last but most definitely not least, is embrace vacation and time off. As the saying goes, don't live to work, work to live. Oh dear, how easily that can be flipped if you run your own business. The happiest and most successful people in the world are those that do not forget the importance of mental health and the mental resets that are required to function at an optimal level. You have one body, one brain, one heart. Treat them all equally, with love and respect. And I'll be honest with you, I've fought several of these things. They are not meant to be check boxes. They are meant to be worked on and improved all the time in business, in life, in success. I hope that you are able to take something from these 11 things, and if you liked this video, please like and subscribe below. I do my best to push out new videos every week, and again, I'm just your imperfect girl next door, a little unbound, a little crazy sometimes, but real, authentic, and I've been through a lot in life, and I just wanted to share it with you all. So, thanks.